Okay, so picture this. You're 9 years old. You ask Santa for a camera. You try to take family photos, and they're so bad, your mom literally says, "Let's never speak of this again." Most kids would give up, right? Stuff the camera in a closet and move on with their lives? Not my guest today. She started practicing on her dogs, then her neighbor's dogs, then literally every dog in a 5-mile radius. And now, she's running a full pet photography studio out of a shed in her backyard, charging $40 per session, and has a waitlist longer than the lunch line on Pizza Day. Her name is Myla, and she's basically the queen of pet photography. We're talking themed photo booths that change every month, professional lighting, backdrops that would make Instagram jealous, and more dog clients than a groomer on a Saturday. But here's the really cool part. She's not stopping there. We're going to talk about her journey, then brainstorm what you could do with Christmas presents like drones, sewing machines, tablets, and bikes to build your empire. Because here's the thing. Every business starts with something small. Sometimes it's a camera. Sometimes it's just noticing that your family photos look like they were taken during an earthquake. This is Tallie Talks. I'm your host, Tallie Pennyworth. And today, we're learning how to turn terrible family photos into a thriving business. Let's go.
She's got a mind, she's got a spark, lighting up dreams from dawn to dark. Tallie talks, yeah, she's the voice, asking the questions, making the choice. Young hustlers rising, stories to tell, big ideas where passions dwell. Pull up a chair, grab your seat, let's talk the hustle, let's feel the beat. Tallie talks, yeah, Tallie talks, turning whispers into walks, dreaming big, take the shot. This is the place where dreams get caught. Tallie talks, oh, Tallie talks, Tallie talks. Ooh, yeah.
Myla, welcome to Tallie Talks.
Hey, Tallie. So excited to be here.
Okay, so I gotta know, when you asked Santa for a camera, what were you thinking you were gonna do with it? Like, did you have a master plan, or were you just like, cameras seem cool?
Honestly, I think I just wanted to be like the people on YouTube who had really aesthetic vlogs. I thought I'd take pretty pictures of like sunsets and coffee cups and stuff.
Very artsy, very deep. And then what actually happened?
So Christmas morning comes, I get the camera, I'm so hyped. And my mom's like, "Oh, perfect. You can take our family Christmas photos." And Tallie, they were horrible.
Define horrible. Like, are we talking blurry, bad angles? What's the damage here?
All of the above. My dad's head was cut off in half of them. My little brother looked possessed in another one because of the flash. And there was one where my mom was mid-blink and mid-sneeze at the same time, which I didn't even know was possible.
That's like a superpower. A terrible, terrible superpower.
Right? My mom looked at them and was like, "These are, well, you'll get better, honey." Which is mom speak for, "These are garbage."
Moms are so good at that. So most people would be like, "Welp, I tried," and never touch the camera again. But you didn't do that. What happened?
Okay, so I was actually kinda mad at myself. Like, I got this awesome present, and I couldn't even take a decent photo. So I decided I needed practice. But I couldn't keep torturing my family. They were done with me.
Smart. Don't burn your models.
Exactly. So I was like, who won't complain if I take a million pictures of them? And then I looked at my dogs, Charlie and Lily, and it just clicked.
Your beagle and your wiener dog. How did they feel about being practice models?
Charlie was into it. He's a total ham. He'll pose for a treat any day. Lily, though, she gave me this look like, "Are you serious right now?" But the thing is, dogs don't care if the photos are bad. They're not gonna be like, "Ugh, that angle makes my ears look weird."
True. They're the perfect clients.
Right? So I just started taking pictures of them constantly. Different angles, different lighting, trying to catch them doing cute stuff, and I became obsessed.
Okay, I love this. Because you're doing what all great entrepreneurs do. You're practicing on something low stakes. You're failing privately with Charlie and Lily instead of publicly with paying customers. That's actually genius.
I didn't think of it that way at the time, but yeah, I was just having fun and getting better without pressure.
So when did you realize you were actually getting good?
So I'd been taking pictures for maybe 2 months, and my neighbor saw me outside photographing Charlie in front of some flowers. She came over and looked at the photos on my camera and was like, "Whoa, these are actually really good. Could you take pictures of my dog?"
Ooh, your first client. Did you charge her?
No, I was just excited someone wanted me to do it. But after I took the photos and edited them a little, which I'd been learning from YouTube, she loved them. She printed one and framed it. And then she told her friend about me.
And that's when the light bulb went off?
Kind of. I started realizing that people actually want good photos of their pets, but professional photographers charge like $300 for a session. I wasn't there yet skill-wise, but I was getting better every day.
Okay, so talk to me about the learning process. Because I think a lot of kids think you either have natural talent or you don't. But you taught yourself this.
Yes, YouTube was my best friend. I'd watch videos about lighting, composition, how to get dogs to look at the camera. There are actual techniques for that, by the way.
Wait, really? How do you get a dog to look at the camera?
Squeaky toys or treats near the lens. But you also learn stuff like keeping the camera at their eye level instead of shooting down at them. Makes a huge difference.
That's actually a business lesson right there. You can learn anything if you're willing to put in the time. You don't need to be born knowing it.
Exactly. I also got books from the library about photography, and the more I learned, the more I realized I needed better equipment.
Aha! And this is where it gets interesting. Because here's the thing about business. You usually need to invest to grow. So what was your first big purchase?
Okay, so I'd been saving my allowance and some birthday money, and I saw this lens online that was $150. It was way better for portraits and would make the backgrounds look really professional and blurry.
Love that you knew specifically what you needed. You weren't just buying random stuff.
Right. I researched it so much, watched comparison videos, read reviews, made sure it would work with my camera, and then I saved for like 3 months to buy it.
3 months. That's discipline. Did it make a difference?
Huge difference. My photos immediately looked more professional. And that's when I started charging a little bit, like $10 or $15 per session just to cover my time and build my portfolio.
Smart. You're reinvesting in yourself. What did you buy next?
Better lighting. Natural light is great, but you can't control it. So I saved up for some softbox lights, then backdrops, then better editing software. Each thing made my photos a little bit better.
And you're learning the business lesson that every entrepreneur has to learn. You gotta spend money to make money. But you're doing it smart, one piece at a time, not going into debt or anything crazy.
Exactly. And somewhere in there, I realized something important.
What's that?
Pets were my niche. Like, I could have tried to do family photos or senior pictures or whatever, but I was good at pet photography. I loved it. And there was demand for it, so I went all in.
Ooh, this is important. Tell the listeners why finding your niche matters.
Because when you try to do everything, you're competing with everyone. But when you specialize, you become the person for that thing. If someone needs pet photos in my area, they think of me. I'm not just a photographer. I'm the pet photographer.
Yes, it's so much easier to market yourself when you have a clear specialty. So how did you market yourself?
Instagram was huge. I'd post before and after shots, behind the scenes of sessions, funny moments with the dogs. People loved it. I also made flyers and put them up at the local grocery store, pet stores, the vet's office.
Old school meets new school. I love it. And then, you bought a shed?
I know, it sounds crazy. But here's what happened. I'd been doing this for about 2 years, taking photos in people's yards or at parks. But I wanted more control over the environment. And photo studios are expensive to rent.
So you're thinking like a real entrepreneur. How do I get what I need without breaking the bank?
Exactly, so I'd been saving every dollar I made from sessions. And one day, my dad was like, we could put a shed in the backyard. It was like $2,000 for a nice big one, and I had enough saved up.
You saved $2,000?
Over 2 years. I wasn't spending it on random stuff. I had a goal.
That's incredible. Okay, so you get the shed, then what?
Then we transformed it into a photo studio, painted it, added good lighting, made it climate controlled so it's comfortable year-round, set up different backdrops and props, made it super pet-friendly with non-slip floors and treats everywhere.
Okay, quick break. If you're loving this episode, and I know you are because Myla is dropping gems right now, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram at Tallie Talks. And here's the big one. Share this episode with a friend who's trying to figure out their business idea. Because here's what I'm learning from Myla. You don't need some huge, perfect plan. You just need to start, try stuff, get better, find your niche, build from there. One of you listening right now is going to take something from this episode and build something amazing. I want to hear about it. Tag us in your posts, send us messages, tell us your stories. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So Myla, you've got your studio shed. Walk me through the themed booth idea because I think this is genius.
Oh, that was the game changer. So every month I change the theme. October is Halloween. Pumpkins, spooky decorations, little costumes if owners want. November is fall vibes. December is Christmas, Santa hats, reindeer antlers, the whole thing.
That's brilliant because people want seasonal photos. It gives them a reason to come back multiple times a year.
Yes, exactly. It's not just get your pet's photo once. It's bring them back for every season. Some of my clients come 4 or 5 times a year now.
That's called recurring revenue, people. Myla just taught you a masterclass in customer retention. So walk me through what a session looks like now.
Okay, so they book online. I set up a simple booking system. They come to my backyard studio, which honestly looks so professional now. Sessions are 30 minutes, which is perfect because that's about how long most pets can focus anyway.
Real talk.
I take a bunch of photos, try different poses and props, make sure the pet is comfortable. Then after the session, I edit the photos, fixing lighting, making colors pop, removing any leashes or distractions, and I email them the final photos within a week.
And you charge $40 per session?
Yep, which is super affordable compared to traditional photographers, but it adds up when you're doing multiple sessions a week.
Let's do some math for the listeners. If you do 3 sessions a week at $40 each, that's
$120 a week, almost $500 a month.
as a kid. That's wild. And you're not just making money, you're building something real. You have repeat customers, a brand, a reputation.
It's so cool. Like, I'll be at the grocery store and someone will be like, "Hey, aren't you the pet photographer?" It feels amazing.
That's the dream right there. Okay, so what's next for you? Because it sounds like you're not stopping here.
No way. I have so many ideas. The big one is creating an online store where people can order their photos on merch, like mugs, phone cases, canvas prints, blankets with their pet's face on it.
Oh, people would eat that up. Pet owners are obsessed with their animals.
Right? So I'm working on setting that up. It's called print on demand, so I don't have to keep inventory. Someone orders, the company prints it and ships it, I get a cut.
That's passive income. You take the photo once, it can generate money forever.
Exactly. And I'm also thinking about maybe getting a bigger studio eventually or opening another location and training someone else to run it.
Ooh, franchising. I like it.
Or maybe doing an online course to teach other kids how to start their own pet photography business. Share everything I've learned.
Yes, that's how you scale. You figured out a system that works. Now you can teach it to others. That's next level thinking.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Okay, before we jump into the brainstorm section, I have to ask, what was the hardest part of building this whole thing?
Honestly, staying patient. There were times when I wasn't getting many bookings, or when I'd mess up a session and feel like I wasn't good enough. But I just kept showing up and getting better.
That's real. Nobody talks about that enough. The boring middle part where you're not a beginner anymore, but you're also not successful yet. You just gotta keep grinding.
Yes, and also learning to price myself fairly. At first I was charging way too little because I felt weird asking for money, but then I realized my time and skills are valuable.
That's a huge lesson. If you don't value yourself, nobody else will either. All right, you ready to brainstorm some Christmas business ideas?
Let's do it.
Quick break number 2. Real talk. If Myla's story is inspiring you, don't just listen and forget about it. Do something with it. Here's your homework. Think about one skill you could learn this week. Could be photography, could be video editing, could be baking, could be coding. Whatever. Just pick something and start learning. YouTube is free. The library is free. You have 0 excuses. And then, here's the key. Practice. Find your version of Charlie and Lily. Your low-stakes way to get better without pressure. Myla turned a bad Christmas photo into a full business. What are you going to turn into your empire? Subscribe to Tallie Talks wherever you're listening. Follow us on social at Tallie Talks. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. All right, when we come back, the Christmas brainstorm session. We're turning presents into profits. Let's go. Okay, this is my favorite part. Myla turned a camera into a business. So we're going to brainstorm what you could do with different Christmas presents. Ready?
Let's do it!
All right, first up, a drone. You asked Santa for a drone. What business could you build?
Ooh, okay, videography. Weddings would be huge. Couples want those aerial shots now. You could charge like $200 to show up and get drone footage of their ceremony and venue.
Yes, and it's not just weddings.
Events, graduations, parties, sports games. Schools might pay you to film their football games from above.
Okay, this is good, but let me throw one at you. Farmers.
Wait, what?
Farmers need aerial shots of their land to check crops, document their property, monitor irrigation. You could charge them to fly over their fields regularly.
That's genius. I never would have thought of that.
See, this is why we brainstorm. You gotta think outside the obvious market. Who else needs aerial footage?
Real estate agents for house listings.
Yes, okay, next. Sewing machine. This is a classic Christmas present. What are you building?
Okay, so my first thought is bags. Like custom tote bags, backpacks, pencil pouches. You could personalize them with people's names or designs.
I love it. What else?
Blankets, especially baby blankets. New parents will pay good money for custom baby stuff.
Ooh, or weighted blankets. Those are super popular right now.
Yes! And this might sound random, but baby doll clothes. Kids are always losing or ruining their doll clothes. You could make custom outfits and sell them.
Or Beanie Baby clothes. Wait, are Beanie Babies still a thing?
I don't know, but if they are, I'm gonna corner that market.
Fair. And here's another angle. You could do custom pet bandanas or pet beds. Circle it back to the pet market.
Ooh, I like that. Stay in your niche.
Exactly. Okay, next one. Bracelet maker. Those kits are everywhere during Christmas. What's the play?
Friendship bracelets are having a moment right now. You could sell custom ones online, at school, at craft fairs.
What if you did custom lyrics bracelets? Like people tell you their favorite song lyric and you make it into a bracelet.
Ooh, or coordinating bracelets for best friends. Like, each person gets half of a message or design.
Yes! And it's not just bracelets. You could do anklets, necklaces,
Phone charms, those are coming back too.
and keychains, sports teams, school spirit, custom designs for local businesses.
You could even do pet collar charms. Everything comes back to pets.
See, now you're thinking like a true entrepreneur. Okay, next, a tablet. This one's huge because tablets can do so much. What are you thinking?
Content creation. You could start making videos, editing them on the tablet, building a following, then monetize through brand deals or sponsorships.
Or you could offer a service, like, I'll edit your videos for you. Small businesses need content, but don't have time to edit.
Yes, or design graphics, logos, flyers, social media posts. Canva makes it super easy and people will pay for that.
Digital products. You could create and sell templates, presets, stickers, printables.
Ooh, or online tutoring. Use the tablet to teach something you're good at. Math, reading, even something like chess or art.
Or start a podcast, just saying it's working out pretty well for some people.
True, you're the proof.
The possibilities are literally endless. Okay, last one, and this is my favorite. A bike. Just a regular bike. What business are you building?
Okay, this is harder.
Think about it. What can a bike do?
Delivery service, like for your town. People order from the local bakery or restaurant, you deliver it on your bike.
Yes, and you could expand it. Grocery delivery for elderly neighbors, prescription pickup, anything.
Ooh, or courier service for local businesses, delivering documents between offices, dropping off supplies.
Mobile car wash. You bike to people's houses with your supplies and wash their car in their driveway.
Wait, that's actually really smart. No overhead costs except supplies.
Or, and hear me out, tour guide. If you live in a touristy area, you could offer bike tours. See the town on two wheels.
I love that. You could charge like $20 per person and take groups around.
Or dog walking service. Bike alongside dogs for high-energy breeds that need serious exercise.
Okay, everything really does come back to dogs.
For you, it does. But see, every single one of these Christmas presents can become a business if you get creative. It's not about having expensive equipment. It's about seeing opportunities.
And being willing to try stuff. Like, I didn't know pet photography would be my thing until I tried it.
Exactly. That's the whole point. You won't know what works until you start. You can't steer a parked car, people.
I'm stealing that.
Okay, last question before we wrap up. What advice would you give to a kid listening right now who wants to start something but is scared or doesn't know where to begin?
I'd say start with what you have. I didn't have a fancy camera or studio when I started. I just had a basic camera and my dogs. Work with what you've got and build from there.
Love that. What else?
Practice where the stakes are low. Don't charge money until you're actually good. Get your reps in, make mistakes where they don't matter, then start charging.
That's huge. People rush to make money before they're ready and then they destroy their reputation.
Right. And I'd also say find your niche. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Be really good at one specific thing.
Yes, be the best at something specific instead of mediocre at everything. Anything else?
Just start. I think a lot of kids wait for the perfect time or the perfect idea, but you learn by doing, not by waiting. My first photos were terrible, but I started anyway, and that's why I'm here now.
That's the perfect place to end. Myla, you're a rock star. Thanks for coming on Tallie Talks.
Thanks for having me. This was so fun.
Okay, folks, that's it for today. Myla just gave us a masterclass in turning a Christmas present into a full business. Let's recap the big lessons. 1. You can learn anything. YouTube, books, practice. You don't need to be born talented. You just need to be willing to put in the work. 2. Find your niche. Myla could have done any type of photography, but she went all in on pets. Now she's the person for that in her area. 3. Start before you're ready. Her first photos were awful, but she started anyway, practiced on her dogs, got better, and built from there. 4. Reinvest in yourself. Every dollar she made went back into better equipment, which made better photos, which brought more customers. That's how you grow. 5. Get creative with Christmas presents. A camera, a drone, a sewing machine, a tablet, even a bike can become a business if you think like an entrepreneur. So here's my challenge for you. What are you asking for this Christmas? And how could it become your business? Think about it. Plan for it. And then when you get that present, don't just play with it, build with it. If you loved this episode, subscribe to Tallie Talks, follow us on social media at Tallie Talks, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment and tell me what Christmas present you're turning into a business. I'm Tallie Pennyworth, and remember, every big business starts with someone brave enough to start. You got this. See you next time on Tallie Talks.